Are you looking for a way to scale your short-term rental business and buy more properties? Well, co-hosting might be the right fit for you. Welcome to the Co-Host Coach podcast with Joe Roney. This episode of the Co-Host Coach is brought to you by Savvy STR Agents. If you're looking to buy a short-term rental, then contact the STR Savvy Agent team at savvy.realty.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Co-Host Coach. I alluded it to you last week, and I am here to say the big announcement. Today is the official last day of the Co-Host Coach podcast. Now, that does not mean I'm going anywhere. I'm still going to be here, and I'm still going to be podcasting every single week. But, my business has shifted over this past year into, from my co-host coaching role, my co-host mastermind to, helping a lot of people jumping into the co-hosting space. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to, have, talk about co-hosting and short-term rentals. But we're going to actually shift this podcast into what we're calling the Short-Term Rental Playmaker podcast, because really, we are talking about the different things in short-term rentals week in and week out. It's not just about co-hosting. It's about co-hosting. It's about acquisition. It's about growing a portfolio. It's about revenue management. It's about a couple weeks ago, we talked about bookkeeping. There's so many different avenues in the short-term rental space. And I want to make sure that, everybody's included and everybody's getting some information from this podcast. And that's truly what I'm trying to be here to do, is just to share as much valuable information as I can. I thoroughly enjoy talking to anyone that's been on the show. If you are listening to the show and you'd like to join me in 2026 and hop on my show and talk about your journey and what you're doing in your space, and it could be in the co-hosting space, it could be what you're doing on buying properties, what you're doing in, wherever it is you're at. It could be just doing, social media and helping marketing, for businesses. So would love to have you on and chat with you about it and, learn about your journey and where you are in your short-term rental space. It is going to be the short-term rental playmaker. We're going to be talking about things that we're doing, plays that we can make to be more successful and be in that top 10% in this space, because that's truly what this is all about. The show is going to be all about, we can't be average. We have to stand out. And in this space, you can't be average anymore. You have to stand out. You have to do what it takes to take your business to that next level, to be in that top 10%. And that's what the Playmaker podcast is going to be all about. So 60 plus episodes of the Co-Host Coach. Really enjoyed it up until this point. Nothing is really going to change. I'm going to be in the same amazing studio at Half Coast Studios here in St. Louis. And we're going to continue doing this podcast every single week and releasing it on Wednesdays. It's just going to have a little bit different name and a little bit different message. So again, thank you guys so much. It is New Year's Eve, so hopefully you get out there and have some plans, get to spend some time with your friends, with your family, and hopefully you tune in next week to our first episode of the Short-Term Rental Playmaker. Thanks again.